You know what? It's been a while. Welcome back to the JsanoFanServer. I am Flux, and it's been a while, yeah. Today we're gonna talk about some different stuff. First of all, might as well mention that the Sky Factory 3 series I was doing with Mixon is done, and I'm jumping in the water for some reason. For various different reasons. We had a lot of fun doing it. Well, I had. I won't speak for him, but that's what he said. It was very time consuming, and I got a lot of stuff going on, trying to get back in like full time work schedule somewhat as soon as possible, and that stuff. So it didn't really fit in with mine. At the same time, I didn't really feel like I had a lot to offer. I liked the building part and liked breaking change cubes, but all the technical stuff was basically mixing, and I kind of felt to some degree that I was holding him back. And at the same time, we spent a lot of time just making those episodes. We were working on episode 3 and basically had it done, but just like episode 2 and 3 took like, we probably did work for somewhere like 6 to 8 hours for those episodes, and I can't really devote that much time to that right now, as I'm also doing a lot of work on the vanilla server. I haven't been recording a lot. I've been really tired because, yeah, like I said, I'm trying to get closer and closer back to a normal work schedule. This episode, I'm gonna show off a new thing I built. I'm gonna show off some progress for a few different things, and at the same time, I'm probably gonna talk a bit about UHC XII. So yeah, with a little cut here, I'm gonna head up over to my latest builds, and yeah, let's talk about just a little bit about UHC XII, which just finished. As I fell at this rocket. I thought it was a lot of fun. I was teaming with Sjano and Aces. I was kind of worried going into it, like, because I hadn't had the best of luck in the last couple of seasons. I lasted a little over an hour in my first UHC. It was UHC X and UHC XI. I was first one out, so my goal was basically just to do like pretty. Why can't I do this? Watch me fail. My rockets are not working. But yeah, I really had a lot of fun playing with those guys. And I thought we had a lot of fun, even though Muckluck said we were the serious team. Well, we played to gear up as much as possible and stuff, but I think like we did rather well. I just wanted to kind of hold on. What's yeah. Well, I totally failed that. Okay. So apparently I can't fly. Well, that's something. Well, we had a lot of fun playing, and well, I believe I had a lot of fun. The battles was pretty fun. Even though I held back a little, I kind of feel like to some degree I chickened out a bit, also in the caving, but I really wanted to survive and didn't really want to disappoint. I basically just wanted to have a season where I could survive like a long time. I survived for 3 hours, and that's pretty good. So basically from now on, everything goes. I'm just gonna do whatever I want. Obviously, I wouldn't want to die first in any, but it can happen as long as I have fun, and that was certainly a lot of fun. So I did what I had to do. I was a bit nervous. Also because I know Sjano and Aces are pretty good players and have done pretty well in previous UHC, and both have a bit more UHC experience than I do. Not necessarily from the server, but from anywhere. Also, like in PvP and stuff. Also, this reminds me, we're soon getting new blocks. The wall is getting better. We're getting the concrete blocks, the concrete powder blocks. We're getting the terracotta blocks. It's gonna be great. I can't wait for that. So, yeah, I thought it was a fun season. We had, of course, the highlight was the boat escape. I kind of feel bad that we escaped that battle to some degree, but like, I think we're in the right. I'll probably say that we should probably have stayed and tried and attacked the grey team, but we basically said at the start before it even began that that might be the team to beat, because we know Killer has a pretty good. He's pretty good from past UHCs. I'm not sure he's ever played it like the new combat system, but him and the twins play a lot of PvP games. So let me get back to that in a second. As what's going on? Okay, so this is my new shop. There's the sword in the stone. Got the giant sword in the stone, obviously. I worked a lot of time trying to figure out how I was going to do this. I think it looks pretty decent. I think I could probably have done a little bit better, but kind of liked it. It was hard to find the area to do this, so I decided to do it over here. And as you come in here, you see, yeah, it's kind of like another lock shop, but with a twist. You won't get anything really bad from this. Also, kind of like the roofing. So, sword and stone. Basically, you can dig a grave, and you get a sword. 4 diamonds per attempt. You might say 4 diamonds. That's a bit much, but you get a sword, and some are custom made. All of them are at least enchanted level 30, and I think there's. I would say only one sword in here would not be worth 4 diamonds. But then again, at the same time, in random, and I don't know which ones, I just placed them randomly, there's extra loot. And that could be anything, and some good loot for that matter. If you empty this, maybe I'll put a shulker box in next time. So yeah, this is my new shop. Hopefully it goes well. I always wanted to do like a sword shop. Oh, 94 Keegan is on, and he's pretty low at health. Hopefully he doesn't die. Haven't seen him on for a while. So yeah, I wanted to build a sword shop, and when I was thinking about it, like, well, I could enchant like cool swords and sell them for some price, but to some degree it would be a lot of work, and the pricing would be pretty hard. So I thought, like, well, at least in this locked shop thing, I want to make guarantee that you actually get a good sword. And actually, I would say like for 4 diamonds, getting a good sword. You say diamond sword is 2 diamonds. You save 3 lapis. Oh, that's not. You could get the most. You can get an awesome sword. There's a few very, very, very good swords in here, like sharpness 5, swiping edge 3, unbreaking, all that jazz. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Thank you, Zach. But yeah, like, I thought that was a good alternative, even though people might think, another lock shop. But yeah, I liked it, and that's how it's gonna be for now. Maybe if it doesn't do well, I'll just change it into a normal shop eventually. Let's see, anything else going on around here? Fruit Fly built the Valentine shop. I don't think anything else is really that new. So since I can't fly, I'm gonna use the nether portals, and I can talk a little while I walk. So for most part, I would say UHC XII was I would say it was pretty good season. It lasted a bit long, and I kind of felt like a few people could have done a bit more. Like some people were really stalling all the action. Somebody hitting Pikmin? Hopefully not. And there was a lot of people like waiting, and some that kind of it doesn't fit with my playing style. I kind of think it's boring. Kind of a bit like BTCing it a bit, just standing around waiting for something to happen. And like, while my team perhaps did run away from the great team, we were the one engaging the battle. By the way, I was watching back some of the early parts of it. Sjasno found a pumpkin and then found Killer. That I think they were hiding as pumpkins, to be honest. That seems like a killer move. Pumpkins? Boom! There's Killer. Oh, it's snowing. Great. Well, this isn't a good time to show this off, actually. Oh, I can fly now. So, I actually did a lot of work around this obsidian hell. Used a ton of obsidian. Basically dug this down to the level I wanted, and I built up the obsidian up here. So that part was done. Also did a bit of work here, setting up the head chest and setting up. Basically knowing what I'm gonna do at this point. It can be pretty hard to see with the snow, I guess. Actually, the water's supposed to go in here, but I'll fix that eventually. But yeah, a lot of work has currently been done with this. Still need a lot of stuff because this is gonna go taller, and I'm not sure. Maybe I'll use some of the new black concrete blocks a bit because they might fit well. I still hope they would add some more stairs and stuff like that, but yeah, maybe they won't, maybe they will. So I am working on it. It will take time. I need to get more obsidian, and I need to do a lot of work. It's kind of a big project, to be honest. Yeah, let's head over to, where did my portal go? Up here. Yep, let's head over to the other place I'm working on. As we do a bit of more UHC talk. What else am I gonna say? Yeah, there's a few teams that was hiding too long. There's a few teams that like ran away a few too many times to my liking, but that's obvious. Just different play styles. I know Muckluck said in his post thing, because he heard me after I died, that he thought I like bitched him maybe a little too much, and maybe he's right. Maybe he is right. But I was just stating my opinion basically, and I kind of get annoyed by like seeing people. I think Muckluck at the end probably was hiding a bit too much, even though it was the worst kind of hiding, because it was so obvious to like everyone if you could see him. But they were around 0-0 for the most part. They didn't really engage much. They saw people a lot. I kind of like, at the same time, I kind of blame the two big mountains around the 0-0 area that had multiple battles, and actually we pretty much, as we saw the mountains at the start, pretty much knew that the stuff was gonna go down there. There was a very good chance of that. I thought there was a lot of fun perspectives. As I usually do, I watch at least one person from each team's perspective just to hear their commentary. I obviously know what's going on. That's a bit sad, but I still enjoyed it. It's a bit sad that there was two teams that weren't recording. Well, I honestly don't really care that much about Dakota's team because, well, it was pretty a random team. It would have been nice to have a recording from them. And same with Killer and the Twins, who apparently had some very interesting banter during the UHC. And well, it was interesting the time where Wither, who was the commentator for the thing, he didn't post that many episodes, but in one of them he went into Killer and joined a room, and that was some interesting banter. And it was kind of interesting, like, to see like Killer being teamed up with two people he actually didn't know, like, well, except for Aces, basically nobody knows those two guys. But they they won. There's a few good moments in the UHC, and like I said, I'm pretty happy with how my part was played in it. Kind of wish I'd gotten a kill, but yeah, can't have everything right. From now on, I'm just gonna have fun. Next UHC might be a single player season. I would very much like to do a single player UHC, as I've mentioned in the past. But I am kind of feeling like if we're a lot of people, that there will be a lot of perspectives that aren't really covered, and at the same time that whatchamacallit, and I kind of fear, because I heard like Good from Minecraft mentioned that one of the reasons they're not doing single player UHCs is they tend to cause a lot of lag with that many spawn points. I'm not sure if that's true, because I'm not a technical guy or anything with Minecraft, but and at the same time, I kind of feel like the JFS like is this multiplayer community, so I think it's cool having like these various different UHCs with teams, and also makes it a lot easier for some people. I would be totally on for like an offshoot UHC, which isn't necessarily a JFS, but maybe just the YouTubers of JFS doing a UHC that's not technically JFS, and that could be single player. I would be totally down for that, but it seems like there's at least a decent backing to it, and well, I'm gonna just agree with whatever those guys decide to choose, and we usually vote on things, so that's not a problem. Well, here we have the garden, which I've done a bit of work on. I finished most of these outline rooms. I've built the wall out a bit more. I started building like an arch that would go like for the roof. I'm not sure it's called an arch, but something. Not sure if I did that in the past, but I finished digging out all this. I finished digging out a lot of stuff around here. There was smaller mountain up to like about here, going all the way over here that I have to do. Still need to do some work to level it out. It won't, of course, be plain when I get finished with it. I need to dig that out as well. But yeah, it's a lot of work, and I also did a lot of work at the obsidian place just to level it out. It's not the fun part, but it's the necessary part. Sometimes I wish it was super flat world. So I think it's coming along pretty great. I'm really excited about like getting the roof done. It's probably going to be like a half roof where you could actually see down from the sky down into it. And I need to the middle part, I need to build it up, and there will be like I believe I've agreed on there will be like 3 layers on top, and then there will be like a huge thingy up in the air, which is gonna be interesting. Not sure how it looks at this point. Kind of plain, and I need to do some details, but I kind of think like getting the base of it. The same with the obsidian build. Kind of want to get like the base wall stuff and up, and then do a lot of detail building. But surely these projects are very time consuming, and I like that. It's fun. I would say that. So yeah, that's basically. It's a hard time figuring out how tall these walls are gonna go. So that's very much trial and error. Like it is like I've said previously, it is inspired very much by the Balam Garden from Final Fantasy VIII. You can look it up if you want to see how that looks like. But it's not going to be exactly the same. It's certainly not going to be size-wise. It's going to be a bit smaller, I would say. But it should still be pretty cool, I hope. I've certainly done a lot of progress. I've certainly used a lot of stone slabs. That's for damn sure. Yeah, so just to finish off the UHC talk, well, let me just mention, like, Muckluck, Mr. Red Scare So Serious. No. Well, he's kind of have some different opinions. He has a right to his opinions. But at the same time, he said he wanted, in the last Jsano podcast, he wouldn't mind teaming with me in the future. And to be honest, I wouldn't mind teaming with Mr. Muckluck. I think it would be fun. And we can, if my mono is done by then, I might even have a few drinks with him. I think it could be fun. And on the question, like, who would I like to team with at UHC? Well, I don't have any. I think I have had a lot of good teammates. So far, I really enjoyed teaming with Shoston and Aces. I enjoyed the short time I teamed with Boo and Mixon and Canuck Bacon. I'd love to team with Mixon again, and I'd love to do another series of some kind with Mixon, and I'm sure that will happen eventually. It just didn't work out with the Sky Factory because. But I'm sure we'll do something eventually. I had a lot of fun teaming with Nexer for like an hour. I usually have fun talking with Nexer. He's a good guy, even though others might say otherwise. Other people, I would love to team with Joda. Joda's a fun guy. I'm not sure who else. Dan could be interesting. He's a pretty good player as well, even though we killed his team. But he's a good player. He's a fun guy. I like him. He's a nice and quiet guy, and I kind of like that. I'm not like a high energy guy, so maybe a team like Muck suggested. Well, his two guys he wanted to team with was me and probably Dan. I wouldn't mind teaming with those two guys. I could be the odd Brit out, even though I'm not British or anything near that. But I am somewhat close to Britain, I guess. Sure, like there's a lot of guys I would team with again. Say there's probably some guys I wouldn't work out that well with. I could have a hard time. I like Mary. That's not. I've given Mary a bit of shit because how he plays UHC, but it's not that I don't like him. We just have different philosophies when it comes to that. I guess. And basically, come on, Mary. You can be sneaking around, you can be hiding in holes, you could be looking at furnaces, but you still never won a UHC. I've never won a UHC, and I'll probably never win one, but, well, how's that tactic working out for you? Just kidding. Well, he's a good guy, but, well, we have different playing styles. It could probably work. So, yeah. But, yeah. Well, we'll see how the next UHC goes. I'm a bit more loose. Should I say that? Nah. Well, who cares? I'm not that worried about like doing super well or something. I think a bit of the nerves went off with the UHC doing as well as we did. So I probably won't be pushing around or anything, like having the others do a lot of the work. I'll do whatever it takes. And as long as I have fun, I'm okay with it. So, yeah. Do I have anything else to say, water? Weird water house with a portal inside? Why am I talking to a water portal with a portal inside? I might just be rambling at this point. I'm tired. I've been working all day and I am tired. Just decided to do this because I wanted to. At the end of the day, UHC is always very... I only played 3 UHCs and I think a lot of people actually feel like they want to do them like often, but I do understand that some people think that will take the magic away from it. So doing it every 3 months will probably is for the best. It's something I always wanted to do a real UHC, and it's fun, and I look forward to the next one, which is probably around April, I guess. So hopefully it will be fun and it'll be good. And we'll see if it's going to be a single player, or if it's going to be a multiplayer, or if it's going to be quadruple player, or whatever. Who knows? So hopefully we'll had a lot of fun, as we usually do. And I'll probably do some more bitching about somebody hiding for a UHC. Or maybe we won't. I don't think there's any way to solve that. I kind of think like moving the border in at the end forced the ending, which it should have, because it was taking way too long and people weren't moving. And I can't imagine how long it actually would have gone if they didn't move the border, because it seems like some people were just not gonna move. But yeah, that's my opinion. I guess eventually they would, but I don't think there's any reason to prolong the ending. And you can't make that much of a difference if you're down to half a heart. Just get it over with. It's late for many people, so that's how it is. But yeah, that's just parts of my opinions, and that's cool. So I want to say thank you for watching. I'm Flux, and I'll see you in another episode.